convicted felon, dementia sufferer, and former friend of Jeffrey Epstein, Donald Trump, 79, loves to pose as an American hero. Like any narcissist, he has a remarkably grandiose view of himself. He never clicked with the human experience. He's always been different. But he believes he's different in a good way. He has not evolved beyond this childish conception. He remains stuck in his formative years. You wouldn't think he's 79 by the way he acts. Trump himself has said that he's pretty much the same person as he was back in the first grade. He hasn't grown up or developed at all. Is that a normal thing for anyone to say? Could you imagine saying that about yourself? While the rest of us learn to accept things we don't like in life, Trump did not. His endless whining and relentless complaining about things not going his way are a direct result of this arrested development. He's a man-child who never got over the fact that the world does not revolve around him. Why do you think he puts his name on everything? He has to be center stage at all times. He's an infant in a geriatric's body. He doesn't see other people as complex beings with lives of their own. To him, they're his audience to be exclusively focused on him. Like a child insisting their uncle works at NASA and gave them a ride on the space shuttle, Trump will straight up insist that blatantly untrue things are true. He's not sophisticated enough to be a skilled liar, he's just adamant. He has no connection to the shared reality that the rest of us inhabit. We live in reality. Trump and his idiotic cult followers live on planet Trump. They never engage with real information. They're always falsifying it to make it favorable to them. That's how the cult maintains itself, via the continual propagation of untrue fantasies. That's always the big problem with populists like Trump. They sell you a fantasy and invariably fail to deliver. Trump has no chance of ever accepting reality. His narcissism makes it impossible. But for the MAGA loons who cheer for him, it's not too late. They can still break free from the cult and rejoin the real world. But they won't, because they've invested too much in the fantasy. To admit they were wrong would be to admit they were fools, and their egos can't handle that. So they'll keep living in their dream world, where Trump is a hero and everything bad is someone else's fault. They'll keep cheering for their failed god until the very end, no matter how obvious it becomes that they've been played for suckers. The MAGA cultist will always support the Trump lie over the real truth, no matter what, because the Trump lie is a stabilizer. It helps them regulate their emotions, which they have poor control over. They will gladly sacrifice cognitive clarity in exchange for feeling better about themselves. They simply cannot be described as anything other than mentally ill. And they worship a freak narcissist because he's the first guy who came along and pandered to their pathetic, petty outrage. So we see that MAGA is all about emotion, not truth. It has no relationship with the real world. They have plugged themselves into the matrix because reality is too hard to confront. Many of them are obsessed with Trump, addicted to the drug-like effects of the Trump lie. Look how much emphasis Trump and his cult put upon winning. The wins are like hits, and they just keep coming back for more, like junkies who have lost control over their lives. MAGA cultists hate the pain of losing, so they pretend they never lose. It's that simple. Trump gives them a shared belief system that guarantees that they always win. All you have to do is stay in the Trump matrix. Once again, people willingly engage with fantasies that feel better than reality. They could not regulate themselves emotionally when faced with bleak economic prospects. Therefore, since not a single one of them ever takes initiative or does anything useful, they had to have a savior, Trump. They plugged into the Trump matrix with glee, and now they claim that anyone who's not plugged in like them is deranged. That's the world in reverse. But of course they'll do anything to deny that they're the unhinged ones. It would feel bad to admit that they're fantasists, and these people's precious feelings come above anything else. Meanwhile, Trump is simply loving the adoration these morons send his way. It's the justification of his grandiose false self. They provide the perfect ego stroking. He loves making them cheer with his childish boasts and blatant falsehoods. This dynamic, which is clearly a mental illness on the part of both Trump and the MAGA loons, is a mutually regulating relationship. They regulate Trump's precious ego, and he regulates their precious feelings. It's a vicious cycle that once started is difficult to stop. Just like the relationship between a drug user and drugs, it reinforces itself. That's why it's imperative to destroy the cult. Normal people cannot allow this sickness to go untreated. It is a moral duty to confront a lie when it is paraded as truth. To allow this rot to fester is to fail to preserve the integrity of our shared reality. This is not a game. This is not a difference of opinion. This is a fight for the sanity of our people. And the sane, who have the ability to reason, must make a stand.